So guys, let me just help you out a little bit with this kind of downswing stuff and how we can get the club on plane. Hear a lot about shallowing, and I think sometimes just gets a bit misleading because it's lowering really. Just quickly on this, shallowing, people talk about, well, okay, I've got to kind of change the shaft kind of angle from kind of steep to flat. And in this exact scenario of me doing it, this is all wrist manipulation. So certainly it can look a little bit better in that place, but because my arm is still not doing a good job, at some point that's still going to get out and over the top. It might happen later, but I'm still going to hit that from the outside. So really what's important here is that your arm is doing a bit more of that work, not your wrist. Can you see the difference? Watch my elbow there. That's arm rotation, getting the club a bit more in line. That's wrist manipulation, okay? This is where the steering wheel is quite helpful. Grab your basket, hold on to your club at the same time. Pretty tricky, but you see here, if I turn the steering wheel to the right, to the left, that's actually changing the shaft pitch, and a steering wheel is not wrist rotation, it's arm rotation. But it's not this, it's a bit more this, all right? So you can feel the difference. The other huge thing that's important, because whilst the arm rotation is slightly changing the pitch of the shaft, we now, looking at this basket, need to lower this. So this is where, importantly, it's not just shallowing and then turning, as some people like to talk about. It's more about the arms kind of doing a bit of that, and then the hands getting down. So it's much better that we call it lowering the club rather than manipulating and kind of shallowing. Get that club down. So let's say your right hand without a club would actually get back down in front of your kind of right leg. So think about from the top, even without a club, even if someone was over here, I've got to get that club, that's more arm rotation, hand can come down. And as long as things stay a little bit turned right on the way down, it's going to be really helpful. Turning left on the way down is a huge movement that goes over the top, body interruptions and all sorts. So keep it turned right. So even from face on, the right arm can move a little bit underneath the elbow, as you can see there, and it stays inside. Now I can hear a lot of you screaming that the club face is still open. Do not worry about that. Keep the club face open for a bit longer. It means it can stay turned right. Then the left hand can get on board a little bit more in these areas to kind of square it up. Don't try and square the club face too early, because that's actually triggering a lot of over-the-top movements. Don't be afraid to leave that face open a little bit longer. You can square it up a little bit later.